The daughter of Babylon, the book of Jeremiah. In the book of Jeremiah, we continue to read about the daughter of Babylon and the fate that befalls her in the end times. Jeremiah was called to be a prophet around 627 BC and served in such a capacity for 40 years. At the time of his ministry as a prophet, it was a time of great turmoil as Assyria attacks Judah and takes God's people hostage. Jeremiah was not well received by his people, and at the time of his preaching he had only 2 followers, Baruch, his scribe, and Ebed-melech, an Ethiopian eunuch. It is in this book of the Old Testament that we see the descriptions of utter destruction of this modern-day Babylon known as the daughter of Babylon. Jeremiah 50 verse 23, How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? America is the leading superpower of the world. America has the most powerful military, especially its navy, which has no equal. Jeremiah 50:12, Your mother shall be utterly put to shame, she that bare you shall be confounded, behold, she shall be the hindermost of the nations, a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. America, modern-day Babylon, is a young nation and has a mother, Great Britain, that shall find herself at the center of controversy and will be destroyed, but not before watching her daughter, America, be destroyed. Jeremiah 51 verse 41, A sword is upon their horses, and upon their chariots. This is a reference to her military, as in ancient times militaries were horses with chariots being led by soldiers who fought from their chariots in combat. America, though having the strongest military, has been losing wars since Vietnam, with the current situation with Iran being an embarrassment to the US and her allies. Jeremiah 51 verse 41, A sword is upon their horses, and upon their chariots, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her, and they shall become as women, a sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. America is no doubt a commingled people. If you ever visit New York City, you know this, with its ethnically diverse people living and working there. According to an article in the New York Times, there is an estimated 800 languages spoken in New York City. When America's enemies come, they will kill everyone who lives in America, nobody will be spared. Where it says, they will become like women, refers to Americans as being terrified when her enemies come to slay them with the sword, as they cannot believe that a nation like America could ever be successfully invaded, let alone destroyed. America's wealth is also under attack, as people's pensions are being plundered by the billionaires and they are watching inflation destroy the dollar. Jeremiah 50 verse 27, Slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter, woe unto them. For their day is come, the time of their visitation. Anybody that has studied American agriculture knows that we have the largest cattle, sheep, and pig herds in the world, and that even our animals will not be spared when the enemy comes to destroy America. Jeremiah 51 verse 53, Though Babylon should mount up to heaven, and though she should fortify the height of her strength, yet from me shall destroyers come unto her, saith Jehovah. Everyone knows that America created both air and space flight, and that we rule the air with our Navy and US Air Force. NASA sent men into space and even to the moon. Jeremiah 50 verse 16, Cut off the sower from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest, for fear of the oppressing sword they shall turn everyone to his people, and they shall flee everyone to his own land. Everyone on the planet has heard about the rich farmland scattered throughout America, from the Kansas wheat farms to the Idaho potato farms. Our vast farms are legendary throughout the world. When the end comes, people will be given a chance to flee to their own lands from which they and their ancestors came. Jeremiah 51 verse 13, O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come, the measure of thy covetousness. Many people do not know this, especially in America, but America sits across many waters using her military. Here is a map straight from the U.S. Army's website that shows how the world is divided up into military operational areas. The U.S. military has military bases all over the world, including the U.S. Air Force, U.S. Army, U.S. Navy, U.S. Marines. In all, there are some 750 bases worldwide. Jeremiah 50 verse 26, Come against her, from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly, let nothing of her be left. All one has to do is watch a documentary, there are many of them, on America's grain elevators to see that every major city has them, and Kansas City is famous for their granaries that reach to the skies. You will also find huge granaries in Minnesota and Wisconsin as well. Jeremiah 50 verse 12, Your mother shall be utterly put to shame, she that bare you shall be confounded, behold, she shall be the hindermost of the nations, a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. America has the United Kingdom as a mother, as America was created by the British. This verse clearly shows that Great Britain is in decline as America nears its destruction. Anyone who watches the news knows that Great Britain is in serious trouble economically, socially, and politically. Jeremiah 51 verse 55, For Jehovah layeth Babylon waste, and destroyeth out of her the great voice, and their waves roar like many waters, the noise of their voice is uttered. The great voice of the daughter of Babylon is the power she wields throughout the world. This is done through the United Nations located in New York City, which the US leads and in fact many countries believe totally controls. Jeremiah 51 verse 7, Babylon hath been a golden cup in Jehovah's hand, that made all the earth drunken, the nations have drunk of her wine, therefore, the nations are mad. God has used the daughter of Babylon, America, to reach the masses of people throughout the world. What most people do not know is there are more Christian churches in America than any single country in the world. God has also made the world drink through their fornication with America through her political and economic policies. Jeremiah 50 verses 2 and 38, Declare ye among the nations and publish, and set up a standard, publish, and conceal not, say, Babylon is taken, Bel is put to shame, Merodach is dismayed, her images are put to shame, her idols are they dismayed. Verse 38, A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up, for it is a land of graven images, and they are mad over idols. Idols in this case refer to both statues and people who are considered gods to their worshippers. It is well known that America has the largest entertainment industry in the world. From country music to pop and rock music, we own the music scene with people worldwide purchasing American music and American musicians performing in countries worldwide and year-round. Our movie studios in Hollywood are legendary with movies such as Citizen Kane, Casablanca, The Godfather, etc. Hollywood actors themselves have taken on a godlike persona with their fans, with many actors having obtained wealth beyond what most believe they should have. When this verse says they are mad upon their idols, one only must look at what purchasers of music concert tickets and movies tickets are willing to go through, such as standing in line for hours during bad weather to purchase tickets, to purchasing scalped tickets, to climbing fences at arenas just to get a look at their idol. People who idolize actors and musicians will spend money they don't have to spend just to see their favorite idol. Idols can also describe Americans' favorite professional athlete or sports team, and people will spend everything they have to see their favorite team or athlete and will buy merchandise from their team stores that they really can't afford. Some Americans also idolize politicians. Just think Republicans and former President Ronald Reagan, or Democrats and Barack Obama. People are so mad upon their idols that they will stalk their favorite celebrity right up to the point of injuring or killing them. Jeremiah 50 verse 6, In those days, and in that time, saith Jehovah, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, they shall go on their way weeping, and shall seek Jehovah their God. They shall inquire concerning Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, Come ye, and join yourselves to Jehovah in an everlasting covenant that shall not be forgotten. My people have been lost sheep, their shepherds have caused them to go astray, they have turned them away on the mountains, they have gone from mountain to hill, they have forgotten their resting place. America has the largest population of Jews in the world, next to Israel. When the day comes for the destruction of America, they will finally realize that they need to go home to their country, which was promised by God that they would return to someday. Jeremiah 50 verse 2, Declare ye among the nations and publish, and set up a standard, publish, and conceal not, say, Babylon is taken, Bel is put to shame, Merodach is dismayed, her images are put to shame, her idols are dismayed. The American government has incorporated much Masonic and Illuminati symbology into their architecture, and there are churches with Masonic symbols engraved into their brickwork. Masonic and Illuminati symbology can be traced back to ancient Babylon. Both the images of idols on buildings as well as idols in the entertainment industry will be dismayed as attested to by the scandals in the entertainment industry which have destroyed the careers of some very famous people. Jeremiah 50 verse 3, For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein, they are fled, they are gone, both man and beast. Many people misinterpret this verse to mean the ancient Babylon because of the enemy from the north. But ancient Babylon was invaded and taken over by King Cyrus of Persia, which is modern-day Iran, but was not completely destroyed and continued to flourish under the king of Persia. However, this verse from Jeremiah makes it clear that the invading army will completely destroy this Babylon and cause both man and beast to flee and none shall dwell there. Yet we know from the website, History Extra, that ancient Babylon continued to thrive under King Cyrus of Persia. This verse is clearly describing a country that will be destroyed and desolate and will not be lived in ever again. This Bible verse it also talks about, For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her. Persia, which is modern-day Iran, is not a north country as Iran sits just east of Iraq, eliminating ancient Babylon and Persia, modern-day Iran, being spoken of here. A north country could be either Russia, China, or both, as they are north countries and both are warning America to stop her aggressive behavior towards them. Jeremiah 50 verse 14, Set yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against Jehovah. This verse clearly shows that America's, modern-day Babylon, enemy set up camp around America and destroy her and spare no arrows. The arrows aspect of this verse should worry people, since any modern-day military are not going to use thousand-year-old weaponry. In this case, arrows is missiles and probably nuclear-tipped missiles. By not sparing any arrows, it sounds like both China and Russia have decided that America must be completely destroyed in order for the world order to be stabilized. I have heard from an evangelical pastor in Mexico who told me that there is a small town there that is occupied by Russian soldiers and S-300 missile systems. This pastor could not give his name or the name of the town as he must work there and is afraid of reprisals. We know from the news media that Chinese troops are doing cold weather training in Canada. Most people, of course, do not believe this, as China sits in a very cold region of the northern hemisphere and would certainly not gain anything by training in Canada. In a National Post article from November 15, 2022, the writer talks about Chinese soldiers participate in the winter exercises for years. It is in this article where we find out that Chinese troops have been training in Canada for years. Conclusions. It is here in Jeremiah that we see more descriptions of the daughter of Babylon, and they point directly to America and cannot describe Vatican City or ancient Babylon. It is a modern-day city and country called respectively New York City and America. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment. William K. Zabel.